Hi, you guys. So I wanted to come on and to talk about what Ace Metaphor is talking about with Cam Newton. He was saying that some men don't like women. So that's the conversation I wanted to raise today. But I'm going to let you guys listen to the clip, and then I'll come back on the other side.
A lot of heterosexual men don't like women for real. They don't. They like women sexually, but they don't like women. They're not attracted to what a woman is outside of her sexual organs. So then when we get into why a lot of men womanize, or why it's just they're minimizing a woman based off of who she slept with or who she potentially can sleep for, it because it's like you haven't gained the appreciation of the wholeness of a woman yet, and what that wholeness of a woman can bring to your life. A lot of times we'll talk about strength and we'll say men are stronger than women, but that's because we value physical strength. We're not talking about emotional strength, spiritual strength. Yeah. We're not talking about the type of strength that can run a household. And we're not putting that same type of weight. And what I would encourage, and this was the shift that I had to do, is I had to start liking the wholeness of a woman outside of sex. And then when you do that, now you appreciate the things a complete woman can bring to your life. When we talk about the Bible talks about finding a capable wife, right? That capable wife, that person that if you was to stumble, can pick up the ball and start running. And there's a lot of men that have just a wife because they was only concerned about what she can do in the bed. Yeah. And so what I'm just encouraging men to do is just like, and it's for our own benefit, because a lot of us, especially men with some type of means, we end up finding a dependent, not a partner. Yeah, she can fuck us good, but if you was able to stumble, bro, what the fuck is gonna happen with your family? And so I just encourage men to be, I'm not gonna say more, because that's unrealistic to a lot of men, but as attracted to what she brings as a feminine energy to your life outside of just what you're doing in between.
Check this out. So to that point.
That myself, I mean, I believe that myself. You can't say that you like women and you only see them in as an object or in a way of you taking advantage of them, right? You refuse to have any type of emotional tie to them. And so that means that you don't like women. You can't say that you like women and you're doing all this stuff. Like, and I'm talking about Shay Shay and other men as well. Just like some other athlete who got some girl pregnant, and I think he wrote in some legal paperwork he didn't want anything to do with the baby, and that's because he's not emotionally tied to the mother, and so he can say that, and probably mean it, right? Because he was never tied to that mother in any way. They probably didn't even have a real friendship or had the opportunity to build one. So I agree with him, but a lot of people in the comments were saying, and I think this as well, a lot of it has to do with them hiding their sexuality. I think the guy that's doing the DL page on Instagram, he was saying the same thing. It has a lot to do with that as well. I think that's another part of it. I understand he was talking to Cam, and he probably did not want to have that conversation, considering he may classify himself as a straight man, so he just kept it on that. But sometimes that's what it is as well. They don't like women in period, and they're not going to ever like one at 19 or 55, right? Because technically they feel like they want to live another lifestyle, but they really are scared to really just come out and do that. And so they abuse these women. They, deal with these girls because they feel like they have to. They have to front these women, flex, the pretty girls or whatever. But you notice that they never, if you pay attention, a lot of them, you notice that they never really emotionally are tied to them. Even when they're married, the wife always look like she don't even know who the man that she's sitting there with, right? And you guys know what I'm talking about, because I'm sure you've noticed it. It's a few couples, and I'm not going to drop any names, but they're married, but you can't really tell. And then other couples, you could tell that they have some type of connection because they communicate with each other. They make jokes. They have stories. They do things together. And so it's, it's just a different vibe. And so I do agree with what he was saying. Let me know what you guys think about what he said. And do you also agree with what I'm saying as far as the homosexual aspect as well? Even though he didn't touch on that, that sometimes really is what it is as well. They just don't like women. Because I mean, I'm not saying this about Shannon Sharp, but I'm just saying that Shannon Sharp thing is very strange. Like, you're 56 and you would go get somebody's 19-year-old child to strangle her, to abuse her. That's what BDSM is. It's an addiction or a fetish of abuse, to abuse, right? And that's why it's called dark. A dark scene. It's not something that everybody's into, right? So that means you want to inflict pain, and you want pain inflicted upon you. So where is that coming from? See? But let me know what y'all think in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video.